Well, hello friends. This is a oscilloscope from FNIRSI. I don't know the name. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the company. It's the 1014D. The this like incredibly cheap model. It is honestly, if it's not for a professional, it's for someone that as an amateur for me. Got a lot of good options. It's not like the best options, but at least it's good enough for hobbyists, people that likes just to show things on a breadboard and say on a portable board and say that you do cool stuff to your friends. But yeah, one of the things I don't like about this oscilloscope is the lack of documentation. Like it's 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 confusing. It's not like intuitive. There's like some there are some and the manual is not concise. So there one of the options, which is the topic of this video, is the waveform generation. So you can both generate and you can also create custom signals as well. And both options are very useful for amateurs. They are maybe even useful for professionals as well. And it's surprising that a cheap model like this has this kind of function. But honestly, I could not get. It was hard AF to understand, to just find out which combination of buttons make this work. So what I have here, I have the output for the signal generation. So I'm gonna assume that you have at least the basics. Okay, there are some. I might record another video about the basics of how to operate this stuff, how to calibrate the probes and what's not. But so far, let's concentrate. I'm assuming that you know at least a little bit of how to operate the 1014D. Okay, so I have the signal generator. I have probe 1. Probe 2 is here just to be pretty because it's not being used in its test. It's even turned off here. And yes, I'm poking my thing on my screen. Sorry for whoever hates when that happens. And okay, so I have the signal, I have the probe. They are connected via the crocodiles. I also add a wire just because I want the wire to take the mechanical stress if I just move it too much, and the other one's down there. Okay, so let's say I want to have a square. I'm testing a PWM input, and I want to generate a square wave with duty cycle of 10%, right? Yeah. So first thing, you need to set up the generator, the signal generator. Okay, that's the button, and here is where things are definitely not intuitive. If you want to change, so I want to change. It's the sine wave is the one that's selected. What I want to do is to change to square. So I go to this knob after I select after I enable the generation customization. With here, I would just change here the wave type. Okay, I have square, I have triangular, we have a lot of different options. Some of them are really interesting, like this one for if you want to do AC circuits, or this one also. Okay, pulse generators and what's not. Like there is a lot of options, even like something that resembles audio, which is funny. Okay, custom, and okay, I will talk about custom later. Oh, sine, came back to sine, now square. I noticed that it's not well calibrated, but fine, it's not like a high precise. I'm not sending rockets to moon or something like that. I can live with a little bit of lack of calibration. But okay, so I want now to change the duty cycle. That's the part that, okay, that's the part that, okay, it's really confusing. You click OK, then okay, change to duty. Okay. Then you can, okay, now change to 10%. Ooh, it automatically updates, right? Because it's generating inline, so you cannot just you have to be ready for in your circuit. So if your circuit for some reason triggers on whatever, but yeah, just remind that it's real time as you change. That's, well, I'm a software developer, so for me this is weird to change without confirming, but fine. Now, if I want to change the frequency, again, I press the OK here, then it goes here. That's something that I really love here about this tool, about this model, that, okay, I have frequency. I can select using the arrows here. I can select which digit I want to change, right? I don't know how precise those will be, but at least like for general usage, like if you want to just generate some basic frequencies, it's just fine, I would say. As I said, it's a cheap model for cheap guys like me, or cheap people that like me. Okay, and that's the thing I like. It actually can do math, so you can just like change to 9. You don't need to change to 0 and then change to 9. It's like, okay, you can just go and change to the frequency you want. You can also no, if you sorry, yeah, I definitely had to cut some stuff here. I haven't done much, so I just like poked around too much on the settings, and like on the voltage and time settings, and yeah, like I kind of ruined about a minute of my recording. But yeah, back to the problem. Okay, we are generating with different frequencies. Then I can also like adjust. I can go back and adjust and use and such. Okay, right. So right now, cool. I have my 10% duty cycle. I can use it as I want. I can play around with my circuit. But then let's say that I want to record that signal. And let me say you can record any signal, right? If it whatever you can get from your probe, you can record in this one. So I'm recording this because I'm lazy enough to not create a proper a cool signal to record and such. The 10% duty. Let's say that this is the output of an Arduino or whatever. Like I could just record it, and instead of running the Arduino, I can just run this and test the other parts of my circuit instead of using a real Arduino or whatever, or Raspberry Pi, or even like real crystals like I'm trying to do here. Yeah. So now let's talk about the frequency, the custom waves. Okay, I want this as a custom wave. Now it gets even weirder, this option. So I want to record this. The real option, and if you just change if you just change the wave types, you're gonna notice that there is one that's called custom, right? And yeah, no matter how many times you press all of those buttons, you're not gonna find, or even if you try to find on the internet and on YouTube and blah, you'll not be able to find how to set this up. Okay, after a lot of head banging on, I managed to find how is that's done, and I decided to record. That's the thing that, okay, I need to record a video on that because the internet must know. Yeah, custom waveforms. Let's go back to the square wave, and I love how it also stores the duty cycle. And okay, recording. The option, I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this. Let's say I want to record this. I probably say that 3 times already, right? First thing, you go to the menu. Okay, that's, yeah. And then there is the option to you use the knob to change select the menu. There is the option there is the capture output option, right? You type OK, and then those 2 bars appear, and that's the part that now we are reaching the point that I'm not exactly sure on what I'm doing. But here, so we have those two vertical bars, right? Those 2 which you control, like you see how it selects here. You can just like switch between them. If you just press those 2 buttons, you just switch them here, right? And you can you're gonna select what is you're gonna select what is a cycle, right? You don't go and select everything here and say, yeah, that's what I want to capture. No, you want to select a cycle. So like in this case, the cycle is up, down, and then up again, for instance. What I'm gonna say is like, I want something like this, right? So I'm capturing exactly 1 cycle. I don't know if it's clear, but it's showing here like the cycle, and channel 1. Another thing that's incredibly not unintuitive is that if you want to capture from channel 2, you come here and select down. You see, you change from channel 1 to channel 2. So I'm recording channel 2, I'm recording channel 1, right? Cool. Okay, that honestly, that's it. You can also tweak like the other settings. Oh, and this is the cool part. I love it. You're actually gonna make this so you're not gonna make like, even if you have like, I don't know, 100 volts, I don't know what's the maximum, but if you have like if your square wave is like has, let's say 10 volts point to point, the signal generator in the 1014D will go from at most 1.2 to down to minus 1.2. So let's say if I want this wave, but I also want that only positive, let's say, like simulate a real or something that would come from Arduino, for instance, I just change here. But that's where simulation doesn't get that simulated, because that, and honestly, I would love if I have someone, if I find a way to improve this, because I would love to change the scale, but it seems that 2.5 is the maximum that it can generate as point to point. But okay, if I just, so the way I changed it here, I have it going from 0 to nearly 0.9, which means that I'm going to need a boost if you want to, I don't know, if you want to inject this into Arduino or something like that. If you want to generate that to an Arduino, for instance. But okay, we have the wave that goes from 0 to nearly 0 to nearly 0.9 on a 10% duty cycle, like this, and this is one cycle. I'm fine with that setting. I press that. One thing I also could not find an option is to cancel, if I want to cancel this capture, but whatever, like who cares, right? So I'm fine with that. I just tap OK. It says capture saved and go back to normal life. So if I want to use that wave I selected, I go to the menu, and then in the menu, I have the output browsing, and here it is. This is my recording, and this is my previous recording, which was, well, that's what I got after way too much time trying to figure this out. Okay, another thing that it's not clear intuitive, but okay, we have the selected here. If I want to start to use this wave generator, I just go on the arrows, and I have to first, so I have, for selecting to select the waveform, you just select it here on the arrows and type OK, and then it changes to the waveform you want. Then if you go back to, if you click tap menu, you go back. Now I can come here, and let's say, just for the sake of example, I'm gonna roll back this one. So let's say just to show it's actually working. Then I come back to the type square using the OK, and change it to custom. Custom. Now custom shows my wave, and it is, if you just reset it, I can't remember, there's a shortcut, I forgot which one is. Origin. Yeah, if I click origin, now it's generating the signal I did from nearly 0 to nearly 0.9, right? It's a shorter wave, but yeah, like it is the waveform I recorded. So it can be more powerful if you're not tweaking the generation, if you actually have a circuit, and that circuit is the one that generates your stuff. Okay, nice. Now the last option, which is definitely not that it's also in the bucket of not intuitive things. If I want to delete this wave, right, I'm gonna just go back to my old wave, here, select, no, not here, here, it's output browsing. Now it's back to my previous, and I want to delete this one that I just created. Okay, I click select. So when I'm selecting, that's really weird if you have just a single item, because yeah, you're gonna see just like, well, just like a box and up appear another box. So now you're in select mode, which means that I can just say, okay, I want these, or I can just select all as well, right? Or I can deselect this, and then I can just say delete. And oh, do you want to delete? If you want to delete, you press OK, and boom. Okay, okay. Yeah, well, I know that's definitely not the best video you're gonna watch. And on YouTube, that's the first video I record in ages, like even as a, yeah. And yeah, that's it, I think. I hope that was helpful for someone out there. At least I would love to have a video explain this kind of stuff instead of just trying and error until things work. But yeah, this is a really good piece of oscillator if you want, and function generator if you want something just cheap for your, like, if you're an amateur and you want to play around electronics and do stuff, you know. But yeah, that's me. Thank you for watching, and if you like it, if you like the video, hit the like button. At least I know you like it, and because I cannot improve if I don't have any feedback, I cannot improve, right? And good comments and good likes, and bye bye.